juróom-ñeent waxtu ci suba dal di jot suñ maakaan mbokk yi ñu ngi leen di nuyu ci beneen edition Good Morning Africa fii ci Africa TV ñu amaat mbégte dellusiwaat ci suba si ne fas yéene àndaat ak yéen ci beneen jotaay comme ni nga ko baaxoo di defee bu waxtu bi jotee ci loolu ñu war cee waxtaan ponk yu am solo ci li nga xamante ne mooy si suñuy xibaar waaye tamit ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci xew-xew doxalin ci réew mi comme ni nga koy defee tamit mu nekk li nga xamante ne jàpp ne lu leen di yitteel la saa su ne ngeen ànd ak ñun ci programme bi fu ngeen te nekk nag ci biir réew mi ba ci biti réew ñu ngi leen di bàyyi xel waaye tamit di leen jaajëfal bu baax ci ànd bi ngeen di ànd ak suñ programme si waaye tamit ci safo bi ak kóolute bi di leen wax jërë ngeen jëfati loolu duñ ko taay di wax saa su ne. Well, viewers, once again, welcome to another edition. By the way, it's the Thursday's edition of the Good Morning Africa right here on Africa TV, and wherever you might be watching around the globe, we should say thank you very much. Or should I say to some of you, good afternoon if you like, or good evening, but all that we say, as always, we appreciate for the pleasure of your company. And this morning we have some very interesting stories that we'll be looking at, and also we have a guest that will be hosting this morning, so we can discuss on some very pertinent issues with regards to events and activities that is happening in the country. And as always, first to our studio stories, and this morning we are starting with matters of the TRC again, because the ongoing public hearing still continues with the Gambia's Truth Commission. And yesterday, the Director General of the State Intelligence Service, the SIS, appeared before the Truth Commission on Wednesday to testify on the role of the notorious state agents during the regime of former President Yahya Jammeh. Before his appointment as the Director General of SIS in 2017, Sow was the head of the investigative department unit of the NIA. The Sise can now tell us more details of his testimony in this report.
The NIA, as it is popularly known by its acronym, was a notorious and feared Secret Service police unit answering directly to President Yahya Jammeh. With it came many stories of harassment, intimidation, illegal arrest, detention, torture, and enforced disappearances and killings of citizens. The agency's victims in the last 22 years were mainly human rights activists, opposition politicians, and journalists. On Wednesday, OUSMAN Sowe, a former head of investigations at the NIA and now its Director General, told the Third Commission he was not sure if the agency had a regulation.
Of the Commission received information that there is NIA regulation.
Of
1997.
It could be done. I'm not in possession of any. But I can find out.
And my understanding is that you have a copy.
Well, it could be in the cells,
My information is that you know that you have a copy.
Well, maybe, but it's not something I am quite related.
But Mr. Sow, how can you have something?
You, Mr. Sow,
and you don't even know that you have it, and this is one of the most important tools that you have to use for the administration of the institution.
Truly, I wouldn't lie to that, Mr. Counsel. I may have it in the collection of files in the office, but it's not a day-to-day material that I refer to.
Several witnesses, most of whom victims of torture and abuse perpetrated by the NIA, made testimonies at the Third Commission last week. Some of them were forced to confess being involved in crimes against the state, while others suffered illegal detentions. The agency also abused its powers and took a lead role in drug and immigration cases, which were primarily the functions of the Anti-Drug Agency and the Immigration Department. However, OUSMAN SOWE said that the NIA did because it had a significant intelligence gathering role at a time.
Drugs being a threat to national security.
And
the intelligence having a key role on collection and investigations of such threats. I think it is and it would be advisable for drugs to be matters of intelligence interest.
OUSMAN SOWE, who joined the NIA from its establishment in 1994, worked as an analyst, a chief investigator, and now its director general. Before becoming the country's chief intelligence officer, SOWE was the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change. For iAfrica News, I am Daisy.
All right, that's Naisise with that report there on the ongoing public hearings of the TRRC. And of course, we will bring you more details of the ongoing testimonies of the TRRC in our subsequent news editions. But for now, we'll move on and report now on the ongoing engagement of the president. Because the community of Ibo Town is a settlement on the water courses in the Kanifing municipality. It is known for its bad, inaccessible roads and streets during the rainy season, and the settlement lacks a drainage system. But if promises by President Barrow are anything to rely on, the problems of roads for Ibo Town residents will soon be a thing of the past, as President promises to build first-class roads in this community. And Mariama Cham has more details of that again in this report.
The Gambia's President Adama Barrow is about to wrap his 2020 constitutional mandate to meet the people, find out about their challenges, and to find ways and means of solving them. On Tuesday, he was in the Joswan constituency, where he held a meeting at the Ibo Town Park and made promises to address some of the development challenges in the constituency. In particular, he promised to build first-class roads in Ibo Town, a settlement on water courses that lacks access to roads mainly during the summer. Barrow's promise is based on a government plan to build 20 new roads as part of the development program for the 2022 OIC summit to be held in Banjul. The Joswan constituency has over 30,000 inhabitants with a poor road and no drainage system. Residents of Ibo Town who are part of this constituency want their conditions improved in terms of roads and sanitation. On Tuesday night, President Barrow said his government will construct new roads to replace the decades-old dilapidated roads in Ibo Town.
I have one thing to tell you, the people of Ibo Town. I didn't come here empty-handed. I brought something for you, the people of Ibo Town. I will tell you, people, with the road project of the OIC, Ibo Town will have its share. In 50 years, there is only one road to Ibo Town. Starting from Joko and the main Kombosila Highway to the riverside is part of my project, which I would be launching in March, April, by the grace of the Almighty Allah. You will soon see machines coming in Ibo Town to start this work.
Meanwhile, Ibo Town's main football field and the car park share the same space. The residents of Ibo Town said they want the Minister of Youth and Sports to include them in his ministry's plans to construct mini stadiums across the country. Also speaking at Tuesday's meeting, the National Assembly member for the Joswan constituency, Alaji Drama, said the constituency's main problem is lack of roads.
Your Excellency,
Your Excellency, I will not be part of those people telling you we don't see any development that your government have done. I am not those people comparing your regime with the former regime. And I will also not be here telling you you did this or you did that. But the mere fact is that we are not from the same party, and that I have the liberty to speak on your platform. It's new to the Gambia, and it is enough for me. Your Excellency, I will not deliberate on what others have said already, even at Parliament. Josuan constituency have a lot of problems, and these problems are: one is the road, second is the road, and third is the road.
The people in Ibo Town have endured heavy rains and flooding in addition to inaccessible roads and streets, mostly during the summer, despite several promises in the past to fix these problems. Some local residents told iAfrica TV that President Barrow's promises raise new hopes, but they will wait to see if they will be fulfilled. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Mariama Cham.
President Barrow held a meeting in Ibo Town as he continues his Meet the People tour, and from that report on the president's engagement, we will now report on another political party, of course engagement also, but this time with the media, and that is the leader of the Gambia Moral Congress, my Ahmad Fati, who said his party will form the next government in the Gambia. The West African country will vote in a president in December, and Fati believes the silent majority will vote for the JMC party. Let's have more of that in this report.
My Ahmad Fati never ran for office as a presidential candidate, but his party participated in the last two elections, forming alliances with other opposition political parties in 2011 and 2016. As the Gambia is to vote in presidential election in December 2021, Fati has hinted his plan to run as a presidential candidate for the first time, saying his Gambia Moral Congress party will form the next government. By any comparison, the GMC, like a host of other political parties, has a small non-followership, but Fati's hopes hinge on prospective votes from the silent majority of Gambians who will vote in the upcoming election. On Tuesday, he also told journalists at the GMC office that his party is optimistic of winning next year's election because many people are joining his party.
And I want to assure you that victory belongs to your party. The future of this country belongs to your party. And the next government of the Gambia will be one led and established by GMC, inshallah.
Fati's GMC wants to tackle fundamental issues like youth unemployment and said they will initiate programs for youth empowerment. The GMC also wants to transform the country's fragile health system, according to Fati.
We will transform this country from where it is to one that you'll be proud of. Not only that, to one that will be proud of Africa. We will transform this country to one that will focus on the fundamental issues of youth employment and youth empowerment. We will focus our energies in this country on improving the healthcare system so that people will stop dying from preventable illnesses. People will stop dying from giving birth to babies, so that people will stop this tourism migration of health to Senegal and other countries.
While the party leader said a lot of people are joining the GMC, the party's media officer Tida Kijera said she hopes many youths will join the party before the December elections as the GMC is becoming popular.
In the country currently, we have 16 political parties, but out of all parties, you choose GMC, and we are very happy about that. The hope and trust that inspired you to join GMC shall never be broken, because we have our leader, and group leadership is very important. The leader you will choose should be someone ready to develop the country. We cannot promise anyone that we will give out money, because GMC is not here to compete with anyone in giving out money. Leaders should be well educated, and now I believe that GMC is becoming known to Gambians, and before the election, youths from different parts of the country will join GMC.
Several Gambian politicians, including President Adama Barrow and other opposition leaders, including Fati's own party, have been making promises to change people's lives, but not much has been achieved, save for a few roads and safe drinking water in some communities and regions. On Tuesday, Mai Ahmad Fati said lying and promising people about things one cannot fulfill should be out of politics. For iAfrica News, I am Daisy Se.
Yes, Daisy Se. Yow mom, wow, loolu la laay wax sax. Stanga, jërëjëf xam naa ne tey moom dina kontaan waaye thank you very much for that report. Very well. Yeah, so we will of course move on from that report there as my party, the leader of the Gambia Moral Congress, says that he would, or his party will make up the next coming government as the country prepares or gears up for the 2021 presidential elections in December. Of recent, there has been a lot of talks with regards to what would of course qualify eligible voters to partake in the upcoming elections. That is the voters' cards. I'm talking about that. You know, all that is responsible, you know, with the IEC and, you know, which IEC announced on Monday that, of course, the voter registration has been postponed until further notice, which has sparked so many, you know, talk around town and beyond, so many, you know, controversies, and also, and of course, President Barrow's appointment of the deputy chair also, of course, they eventually changed or rescinded the decision, you know, so all that has been discussed over the past couple of days or so, and of course, we are also going to discuss about that briefly today with our guest, and of course, and today we also bring back Nyaur of the United Democratic Party, UDP, so we can reflect back on that and other issues also. But on the way to join us later also would be Esa Damfa of the NPP, that's the National People's Party of President Barrow, and we would reflect on the ongoing Meet the People's tour of the President. You know, it's almost on its climax now. We will discuss at length on that. And also we will look at some of very pertinent issues of recent in the country. But before we welcome Esa, who should be joining us anytime soon, let's quickly bring on Nyauru. Nyauru, jërëjëf and good morning. ñu am mbégte daralaat la tey ci jotaay bi ñu war a waxtaan nag kon ni ma ko waxee ci lu bari ci li nga xamante ne mooy li xew ci jamono ji, waaye boog surtout nag foog ñu defawaat réflexion comme too baa ngee jeex si ñu def ci jàngat naka ngeen ko gisee si ñaari kam si yeeg loolu ci kanam tuuti, waaye first ci li nga xamante ne jamono ji loolu mooy ali kalaaj bi sa wax bi lay jëlaat rek tey wax jëleloo ko balaa ma lay laajte rek ma bàyyi la quickly nga nuyoo ñi nga xamante ñoom ñooy seetaan ci programme bi.
jërëjëf Amadou gars yi ay Africa TV yëpp spécially technicien yi caméraman yi ñu nekk si gannaaw programme bi di nuyu waale askan wi ñuy seetaan o di déglu time bi all over the world fii ak si bitim réew di leen jaajëfal di leen wax ne rek good morning su nekkee ne yaa ngi foo xam ne suba nga nekka su nekkee yaa ngi somewhere else li apply si yow rek maa ngi laa nuyu si sa tur bu seela ak sa santa bu wér di leen wax ne saa yu nekka rek suñ ñëwee fii ñuy dégloo xel buñ dégloo xool because fu ñoo toog fii di waxtaanee dëkk bi dañ ko pencoo duñ ko paccoo waxtaan ak déggoo moo dee isi jëm kanam loolu moo ñu tax a jóg loolu suñ mooy démocratie tamit démocratie mooy loolu da ngaa wax si wax boo xam ne su ñaawee sax nga wax ko si anam bu gën a rafet fekka dugloo si waxi koo xam ne da nga koo merloo, waaye comme ni nga ko waxee rek man daal saa yu ma fi ñëwee rek jaar si aali kalaj bi rek wax luy dëgg rek te ma déggu ci.
jërëjëf
waaw jërëjëf
thank you. tey nag ñu gis ne nga ñëwee beneen facette nga ñëw ak ay documents xaw ma lan moo waral loolu ndax da ngay waajal débat bi wala discussion bi wala nu mu fay demee, waaye daal tey beneen ñaawru lay gis ak yooyu bàyyi balaa nga may tontu ci loolu rek ñu dugg ci biir waxtaan bi straightly mooy gis ngeen ne fan yëpp depuis Monday coow li ci gën a fes ci réew mi mooy IEC seen taxawaay mooy seen bataaxal buñ génnee wane ne voter registration bi dañ ko postpone ba until further notice mooy ba ci kanam wax nga xamul nag ba kañ la naka nga gisee loolu ci sa gis-gis en tant que ko bokk ci political party.
jërëjëf Amadou comme ni nga ko waxee this one is a bitter pill to swallow dama foog ne lii political coup d'état la when it comes to the IEC, the governing body who should be independent, and they've set their timeline and their calendar. Then ko génnee ne satta bi la ñoo joxe bés sangam la ñoo commencé general registration. ba pare xam nga ne soo nekkee si kanami nit yi su nekkee da nga jël jéego bu ees boo xam ne dafa utee li nga teraloon. war ngaa mun a génn nga ne nit yi lii ak lii moo tax maa ngi def lii. waaye dama koo def lii rek pousse ko indefinitely mooy rek yàllaa xam kañ la moo commencé. lan moo xew. lu tax nga wax loolu. ak lan moo nekk ci gannaaw.
waaye yaa ngi wax politique te IEC nga nekk di waxal loolu bëgg a wax foofu leerul.
loolu laa wax ma ne la. loolu political coup d'état la. IEC are responsible for administering elections. And political parties are all about elections. So when people at the helm who are responsible for organizing a free and fair election set up their own calendar for a general registration that's supposed to happen every 10 years.
Wow.
When people are preparing for the general registration, suddenly there come a message that is dispatched to all political parties and all the stakeholders concerned. Now this particular date is pushed till further notice indefinitely. What are the reasons behind the postponement?
Yeah, why one logistical reasons line forward?
Logistical reasons. They explain it or it was in the letter because I just saw the letter. The first paragraph I saw, I didn't delve too much into the latter part. I just saw it has been postponed indefinitely.
Yeah, for longer.
I don't have a problem with even logistical issues. But even there is a logistical issue, you cannot indefinitely postpone a general registration. You must have a timeline, you must have a time frame.
Yeah, but tey ci xibaar yi sax ñu ngi wane na ci paper si xam naa ci kanam du ñàkk nañ ci ñëwaat ñoom sax ñu ngi doxoñ baaram GPPA because ñoom contrat bi nga xamante ne dañ ko war a sign loolu ba léegi mu ngi pending sign aguñ ko te loolu war naa bokk li tax voter registration bi door
loolu tax IEC nekkuñ ne dañ nekk a dictatorial institute dañ am mandate am na ñoo xam ne tamit ñoo am mandate pour régler yëfi procurement dëkk bi ñooñu tamit ak bu leen form ñoom as an IEC noonu la leen formé GPP luñ war a def mooy ne ñooñu sarta buñ leen teral nañ qualifié sarta yooyu nañ d'accord si loolu ba pare ñu qualifié loolu
waaw est-ce que
ñu ne la sarta bii mënut a dem yow ni nga bëgg a procurer affaire bi ne nii laa miinal di defal affaire déedéet am na ñoo xam ne ñoo mun a def ñii te ñoo xam ne seen price moo gën a reasonable te seen sécurité moo gën a baax yow nga ne ñi nga miin rek ñooñu ngaa demal lan nga nar lan la IEC nar. Giving away contracts should not be an issue with the IEC. mais longevity kii laa doon defalal affaire moo taxul ne keneen su ñëwee yow warloo mën a defaa moom affaire loolu I don't see any sense behind that. IEC nañ def lu ñu war a def seen liggéey mooy organize free and fair elections without fear or favor. So let God help them, but they are not helping themselves, and God will not help them if they don't mind. Because IEC Lufaneka now they are the hottest cake in the country. From the procurement of logistics.
Dafa am loo tiit wala dafa am loo
ñëpp a tiit yow sax da nga war a tiit.
parce que
lu ñoo def from their procurement to their postponement of the general registration to the rescinding of the appointment of the vice chair yow tiitu la yow soo nekkee si dëkk bi nga nekk.
waaw yaa ngi wax
yow waruloo tiit.
yaa ngi wax appointment.
non
te loolu ñoom waa ñoom
waruloo tiit. very sensitive.
non waa IEC defuñ benn appointment président bi moom moo def appointment comme wax nga ko ñu dugga ci rek benn yoon. Remi Jaina mu appoint ko coow li bari mu ñu dellusiwaat ci appointment boobu.
lu tax coow li bari.
waaw
ñoom ñoo tax coow li bari.
ci naka.
as a government. dama la dee wax loolu all the time. Barrow should sack all his advisors. He should sack his personnel management assistants. He should sack the Secretary General who appoints and writes letters in appointing on behalf of the President. And anybody who is advising on him on state matters. Imagine, this is a ridiculous mistake. This is very tantamount to our democratic progress as a society. This is another dagger in the young soul of this newfound democracy of ours. You cannot make errors like this. Remi Join is a co-opted member of a regional political party that belongs to the president. The president cannot tell me he doesn't even know what is happening in his own political party. Banjul being the capital, he is a co-opted member of the regional executive. You want to tell me the capital city, where you reside in, where you are, and maybe supposedly you will be an electorate there. You will vote there. You have your party there. A member in your regional executive, you being the president and the head of the party, you don't know that guy. You are not aware of his position. You appoint him within 24 hours, you rescind that.
Yeah,
is that called leadership, or is that called incompetence, or is that called being clueless?
Yeah, many are saying...
No, you can use any time because I don't understand.
No, what I'm saying
it
here
happens,
is... Wow.
I will give you a reference from the central bank issue. Go according to law. Read the books. You have a solicitor general. You have a minister of justice. Let them guide you when it comes to the law. But what do? Are you doing things without consulting them? Or you do things even if they give you advice, you think that this is what serves my best interest, and you just delve into that and you do it. It is incomprehensible. It is
so the mistake is not excusable.
It's not excusable. You don't have excuses for that. In 55 years, you've never had an incomprehensible appointment like this.
What would you say to those people that think the decision might have been wrong or passive in whatever way, but the good thing is that the president have listened to the Gambians and went on to rescind?
That is the bad thing. We should not have reached there when you will be listening to people to be rescinding issues like that.
According
that
to
is the bad thing. It cannot make it better.
But that's what,
in as much as he rescinded, cannot be alluded.
Someone would tell you a good...
It does not have to happen.
Yeah, someone will tell you a good leader have to be a good listener.
No, you know, even he doesn't rescind, it cannot hold water. Barrow was not rescinding. It is the law that was rescinding. What happened? It was not Barrow. Section 42 states clearly, if somebody is going to be appointed to the position of a commission member or a vice chairperson, you should not be a National Assembly member, or you should not be partaking in any political party 2 years prior to your appointment.
Yes.
That is law. That is not Barrow. If he doesn't do that, the law will do it. If he doesn't rescind that, the Supreme Court is there to adjudicate. They will rescind it. So that is not him doing us a favor. It's the Constitution speaking.
For you, the decision could have been deliberate?
The decision was deliberate. It was incomprehensible, miscalculated, misinformed, misplaced, and mistimed. All those misses are there. The time is wrong. The place is wrong. The manner in which it is done is wrong. And you cannot have any excuse. Nobody in this country can defend that. The Constitution is here. Even the people who have not gone to law school can interpret certain simple clauses in the Constitution. Section 42 has stated it very clearly. If you read this fervently or even at times, you will understand that you cannot do that as a president. The president has many machineries at his disposal. Ministry of Justice, how many lawyers are there? How many legal luminaries are there? You have your advisors.
Yeah, but this is a young government also, someone of the...
You know what, Amadou, there are certain things you don't tell me. That is not an excuse. A government that have been installed for 4 years, you telling me it's a young government?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a young government.
It's a democracy, and they are
multiplied by 4 years. Okay. You still telling me they're not learning? Mistakes that have been accepted maybe earlier will not be accepted after 4 years. That is the hard fact. The Gambian people are tired of this president making decisions, rescinding them here and there without no due procedural diligence.
Okay.
We are tired of that.
All right.
Section 42, if you will permit me, let me just read it clearly for you to understand.
I can see
this is the law.
Speaking now.
A person shall not be qualified for an appointment as a member of the commission if he or she is a member of the National Assembly, A. B. He or she has at any time during the 2 years immediately preceding his or her appointment been nominated as a candidate for election as a member of the National Assembly. C. He or she has at any time during such period of 2 years been the holder of any office in any organization that sponsors or otherwise supports or has an time sponsored or otherwise supported a candidate for election, a member of the National Assembly or any of the local government authority, or he or she has actively identified or has served with any such organizations. It's very simple.
Yeah,
if he or she holds an office in the public service other than a member of the commission of the staff of the commission, if he is not part of the commission, he holds any position in any other public service institute or organization, you are indefinitely not fit to be a member of the commission, especially a vice chair. Is this not very simple? We're not talking about even acts or procedures in the law court. We're talking about this constitution of the Gambia, section 42, has stated it very clear. What was happening when they were appointing him?
So the appointment was a violation of
the constitution of the Gambia. It's simple as that.
Okay.
When they were making appointment, were they making it out of their own will, or they were making it desperately, or they knew and deliberately did it? But there is no other excuse that somebody can give and defend this.
All right.
This is the text that is ruling
Thank
us.
you. I think that's very clear. We have hit the half of our mark, but just to remind our viewers that, of course, we will be joined any moment from now by Esa Damfa of the NPP, so we can get to, of course, the main discussion itself, because we want to reflect on the ongoing tour, and we were just trying to, of course, engage Nyawuru to hear his own view or thought on the recent, should I say, not controversy maybe per se, but what have been the most talking point in town and should I say beyond on the IEC, and of course the president's decision also to appoint and later rescind the decision of appointing Oromi Joyner as the deputy chair of the IEC. Just finally, before we will get on now to our main discussion, moving on, of course, do you think the IEC would, anytime soon then tell Gambians when exactly the vote registration would start? Naka gisee lolu ndax foog nga ne yëfi moom léegi because of mistake am na from the president appointment and somebody have to be there maybe before the elections will be done and all that?
Ahmad, I think you cannot put the cart before the horse. It has to start from the procurement aspect under the GPPA. Okay. When the GPPA say this is law, this is how you're supposed to do it, you say no, we IEC are mandated by our own act to do our own things our own way. They say no, you are under the purview of the GPPA when it comes to procurement. Everybody in this country, including the office of the president, is under the GPPA Act when it comes to procurement. You have to follow due process. If you defy that, you are the person creating the confusion. These are issues that is putting doubt over the IEC. People no longer trust that institution. From the procurement to the postponement of the general registration, because we are politicians. We are hearing what the NPP people are saying. Okay. Wait, on a political platform, not only meet the people to in Salum, one of the media officers of the Barrow Youth Movement is telling people in Senegal Oriental, we were intermarried, we are still intermarried. Anybody in Senegal, you can come to the Gambia and you get your registration and vote in the election and vote for Adam Barrow. If you deny it, the archives are here played for everybody to defend that. That is criminal, it is uncalled for, it is unconstitutional, unpatriotic, and I don't expect that from a party of the president.
Okay, that's fine.
So issues like that has defeated the purpose of being free and fair.
Okay,
and the IEC are hearing all this. That's fine. It is not only one meeting, it has been going around in all their meetings.
All right, that's fine. That's enough for issue of the IEC now. I want us to move on. Let's get now to the ongoing president's tour, and we will, of course, I know we'll discuss mostly on that for the rest of the program, I hope. Of course, you brought this constitution, you quoted the constitution, of course, directing how somebody should be appointed to be an executive member or to be a member of the IEC. And it is this same constitution also that have empowered the president to go around and meet the Gambian people and discuss about them, their issues and whatsoever that matters for them. And in turn, when we discuss about this tour, you tell me and those that watching that the president is on a political tour. How would you defend that statement that you made earlier, contradicting yourself?
I don't know what you mean by contradicting myself.
Yeah, because
you are saying things that are rhetorical. I am telling you, the president is empowered.
Is that not contradicting?
To go for a round and know the problem of the people of the country. It is not a requisite for him to use it as a political front. Amadou, these are simple common senses here we should put in place.
Yeah, but then
the president is not there to know people's problem. He is there to sell his political agenda, and that was not what the tour was meant for.
Yeah,
the money allocated was not allocated for him doing that. He is not playing by the book.
Yeah, what I'm saying,
the
tour itself.
No, wait, the movement.
You describe the tour as a political
rally.
I'm
telling you, the tour itself and the movement, and whatever happens there, is being empowered by the Constitution.
Yeah.
Wait, the modus operandi of the tour is not stated in the Constitution. That is incumbent on the presidency to control how and what you will say during your meetings. We should remember one thing. The president is not even the legal head of the NPP because they've not gone through a Congress.
Yes.
And going through also, that means another procedure. If the president wants to become the leader of the NPP, is he going to resign as the leader of the coalition or what? These are issues that people should put at the back of it, because right now he is representing a group called a coalition of political parties, and he's the leader and the candidate. Now, if he wants to form his own political party, what is going to happen? How can you hear two institutions that are of different identity and different principles?
What would you say?
What I'm saying, if you go around,
the president is
if you go around
was the president
as a coalition president.
Yeah,
no matter what,
he was a flag bearer or the leader of the coalition.
Even the system that was there, if you don't agree to work...
Can you clarify that? Help us understand this.
Yes.
If you said the president probably would be the head of the NPP, and of course he's the head of the coalition. Was he the head of the coalition or the flag bearer of the coalition?
Now, if the flag bearer of the coalition is not the head, who is the head of the coalition?
Yeah, but
no, wait.
I'm just asking.
This simple logic, Ahmad, you need not to answer certain questions. 8 political parties came together. They put away their political colours.
Yeah, and choose.
They had a Congress.
Yeah.
They brought in their delegates.
Yeah.
They chose one person.
Yeah.
To be the flag bearer.
Yeah.
If the flag bearer is not the head of the coalition party or that coalition team,
wasn't there an executive that were responsible about the
coalition? There is nowhere in the world that the flag bearer is not the head of a particular coalition or an alliance. Anybody selected is the head. Because the political parties,
he was responsible the entirety of the coalition.
And the groups came together to select an individual, that is President Barrow. So if he is in office right now, he's supposed to be touring the country, knowing people's problem, not a party he intends to launch. 38th January, come that day.
Yeah, but then
we are watching. We are watching.
Okay, let's move on because we are not talking about the coalition. Anyway, that's fine.
We are watching the electoral laws.
Yeah.
They brought in a 2020 electoral bill that we went through at the IPC. We know what is entailed in that document. We are waiting and hearing, and we are all keen listening, and we are watching keenly what the president will do. Whether he will conflict the constitution again, whether he will still abuse the document that binds him and us together in this country. That is this 1997 constitution.
That's fine. We are still on the tour, remember. I was just trying to, I asked because I want you to give a clarity on that, because you quoted the constitution on the matter of the IEC, and of course we had earlier on discussed about the presidents meet the people, so, and you see it as a practical thing. But then again, belegi ci tobi, we have seen the president Mugedem, and of course legite affaire luño def moy, then we will just listen to the president ñu ñëwaat and then welcome Asa. He's here. The president bi dafa def of course meeting bi Demba Bakau, and of course during the meeting xam naa ne ñaawru dina respond ci loolu. Am na li nga xamante ne kàddu buñ ci wax nee na daal ci meeting bi yi nga xamante ne ñu ngi ko def ci taux bi ci area council si seen taxawaay dafa mel moo gën a fes ci taux bi ci meeting bi nga xamante ne buñ duggatee KMC deputy mayor bu KMC ñëwoon na ci one of the meetings. After loolu nag gisaatuñ ko gannaaw buñ ko gisaatewut président bi am na leen wax ci loolu. We'll listen to that and then come back.
Mukule di melo ko lafta ni Gambia ko be ke kam miraten
kon nak li la bugal ñun wa Gambia ñuy gisé ni
mbesi jeer ñaa kilingo je
ñun ñep ñu am ben gis-gis
isa ci banko yi sama ya
ko defé réew mi ñu mëna dem ca kanam
na ministre diamuta
suma ministre wax na fi
akon na jaati o mu ñanta ke la area council let
mu ne suñ jaatige bi sen KMC area council la war
deputy mayor nata lum kilin
mu ne deputy mayor ñewon na ben fan bundu
aman na ko denk
gisatuñ ko
bari sa faaye ko
waye ñu ko wax ne
ni mo la ngan yo mangi kilindi
nit ki su fekkee ne bokku la mo ben
Allah taño ya bu ka jam fa
mu ne sen andat ñu yaga
Allah tanya yo buka jamfa
anda du yaga
wala ya kendi ku jama be tarde mbul na do ko
lolo tax lu bari mu ngay tardé
mo dol be o place olto
ñu ñana ñaa ci place
ya mi la ko nin do ko tar ñaar ni gambe tan ñaar président baro be me la jan
ñu foog ne liggéey fañ nekk su yooyu doxé rek président baro dina
bari del ñi na ko men na
waaye liñ fàtte mooy
président baro mi na 2016
président baro be moo jël nguur gi 2016
ya ram man do ko ki gambia
fi Gambia
en tombo ngi président mo
yalla moko tànn def ko président
ko hanata man do ko ke
même su liggéey
ni ala ko tele ñata continuer be continuer
yalla ne moom mooy continuer nekk
andul jangalo ala ya dandi dame be danna wolto
ko yalla ni emal tam fofu la
bari ngalo ne kana there is life after presidency
waaye xam naa ne tam leneen am na su nekkul
nde believe to wala le
man loolu laa
wala ken na président afanate mela
loolu tax suma président ne
ndebe do ko do ni nga do ko ba mbitala le
man dinaa liggéey su suma waxtu liggéey
andul dem bandile fa nga signi gambia ko no jan
fii laa bëgg a toog itam ci
wo mo kilingol isaje ko tan ko benna nemo ko no benna tranga ko no gambia ko jan
man nekk ci suma taranga ak suma njekka
wayri ndila ngania sene wala naati gambia
man kene ku set wet moo ma
All right, thank you very much. That's the president speaking yesterday during his meeting in Bakau. Ñaawru dégg nga président Barrow nee na gis nga ne ci taw bi area council ñoom ñoo gën a taxaw démb nag mu gis na daal bu ñëwee KMC ba léegi deputy mayor bi benn yoon lañ ñëw ci meeting bi gisaatuñ ko. wa am na nag lim ko wax dégg nga kàddu yi nga xamante ne wax na ko te mayor bi sax demul ci benn meeting yi lan moo xew lan nga gisee loolu.
Jërëjëf Amadou loolu xanaa nga laaj ko Barrow. So if you want to ask me that, there are instances I will quote. This is not his first talk.
Yeah.
The mayor was attending his programs. But you know, if somebody is in a position of responsibility, no matter what differences you have at a political level, when you see the guy, you acknowledge his presence and give him the due respect that he deserves. I will tell you an example. A mayor is seated. You are there with the mayor. Every speaker will come forth, acknowledge everybody's presence, greet everybody except the mayor. You expect that mayor to disrespect himself again and be attending his meetings. So at least give him that due respect. We are greeting the mayor. That will not reduce anything when it comes to whatever message you want to relay.
So that's the reason why.
That is the reason.
But the deputy mayor was
present.
Was present in one of the meetings.
I don't know how many meetings he was present, but he was deputizing for the mayor. If the mayor has other engagements, he sent in deputy mayor. That means that they acknowledge your presence there as the head of state of the Republic of the Gambia, and they are there with you in spirit. No matter what our political differences are, the UDP doesn't operate like that. But if you don't invite others, you invite others. The people you invite will attend. Now, the people that are not invited will not attend. That's simple logic.
Okay.
The president has protocols. When they go to meetings, there are people.
But of listen, you bari mun nañu wax ne fi politique la business because ci meeting si nga gis ne ci meeting bi léegi ñu wax ci am na
then I've indicated here, I told you it is a political talk. You said no. Now you are saying ñu bari. Ñu bari ñooy ñan. Who are the new buddies?
Dang ma dégul.
No. You said ñu bari.
Waaw ci la.
Ñu ne affaire politique.
Non, dama ne waaw ci politique bi mooy lan moo tax UDP wala mexej na mayo bi demut wala ci meeting bi because of ñi nga xam ne diggante UDP ak NPP affaire yi dafa xala tànga jamono ji
predominantly if you see me saying that this is a political talk, 90% of their talk on platform is UDP this, UDP that.
So lo moo tax
is it not political? When you start mentioning UDP this, UDP that, I can attest to that. Even an honorable member of parliament who comes from the GDC has alluded to what I'm saying.
Okay.
That all they have meetings here say UDP. Is it a UDP political talk against the UDP?
Fine.
Or you want to know the problem of Gambians and how to address them?
All right, Esa, thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, we are on the center of discussion. Straight on to the main point. President B, Dengalimwa. Naka gisee kàddu yi nga xamante ne wax nga ko te tamit taxawaay surtout mayor bi nga xamante ne ci goxam ngeen nekk ñëw ci benn seen meeting yi président bi wax na ko waaye deputy mayor bi ñëw only once ñëwaatut ndax yow gis nga ci politique wala ñoom dañ joxul cër président bi nga xamante ne président bi nañ ko war a joxe or else what.
jërëjëf di rafetlu programme bi di nuyu seetaankat ak déglukat yi fi mu mënta nekk ak suma naataangoo ñaawul comme ak yow tamit ak suma entire management.
Thank you.
Straight to the discussion. For anybody you can have a mixed reaction to that questions. It depends on how you perceive it. Like you can say it's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know, you are elected representative of people of KMC. No matter what, you are there to know their problems. And if you cannot solve, a central government should intervene. And there's a numerous occasion whereby the road seeking funding or seeking support from central government to bail them out. Including paying the salaries and allowances. But now, I'm not saying I'm not right to attend meetings. Either you are acknowledged by the speakers, it's not their business to acknowledge you. That's not their business.
No, why not?
No, what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
Yeah, but that should
you
happen.
You are
also.
doing your job.
You cannot invite somebody in such a gathering and then be sidelined in the person.
Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
Even those who are not present there, even the National Assembly members who are not present in our meetings, who are in opposition like UDP and other parties, whenever President started speaking, he will acknowledge them. He will say, "Allah deputy." Oh, you send deputy bunaka go fee. Even in Buna happened. Bagania was not in present. But President acknowledged him. But you cannot compel other speakers to say the same. Sometimes the general ministers will be at the gathering, general speakers will speak, and they will not acknowledge them. It's normal. So you cannot say because of I was not acknowledged, that's why I abdicate my function. As elected representative to know people's problem and to make sure that whatever happens, you have to do that to address their problem. So you have an opportunity to come and say or to come and witness where your problem will be alluded, people's problem will be alluded, and find solution to.
Yeah, but then again, est-ce que li du dégal nit ñi tamit lu ñoy wax ne in most cases politique la ñoo gëna wacc ci rally because su fekkee ne té mayor bi tok na ngay ñëw ñu and ak président di wax UDP na la GDC ak yoyu té mayor bang fa mu bokk ci parti bobu na loolu du ko neex est-ce que loolu tamit taxul ñu ne tobi c'est political talk.
Waaw
loolu war na ko mëna dégg xé ñam mayor bi mëna sét loolu mu téyé bopam.
Loolu ma jox la a clear cut answer.
Waaw.
President Barrow is a key politician. Dama ko daan faral wax everywhere.
Yeah, but
politics, I don't know what is a but. Politics like the Bedem State House. Any of his activity is seriously political. Why? Look, I always invite media. Media is there to cover, to showcase his development programs, so that he can sell himself again to the Gambians. That I did this, I did that, so I am the one who is fit for the job.
Yeah, politics. Why do them? Why do them campaign? Because campaign time amna.
What I'm saying.
Campaign time amna.
Wow, campaign time amna.
So they may nak muy jaay agenda NPP meeting make the people stall.
It's not about agenda NPP.
No,
it's about agenda government.
No, why do joge na NPP? Do joge na GDC na NPP? Joge na UDP lolu. Huh?
You have to clarify.
Wow.
You know, NPP as a political party.
Yeah.
You know, our manifesto is not out.
Yeah.
That's what let me just hear me out.
Wow, but,
okay?
Yeah.
Hear me out. Our manifesto is not out.
Yeah, but
if our manifesto is out, and now President started quoting through our manifesto.
But among your manifestos, pour utnit.
Let me come.
Let me come. Utnit parti bu amul nit du parti. Ti legi president mu ngay just to bi pour am ay parti esa.
What I'm saying?
Yes. Lolu ci agenda is la bok.
Agenda government la mo jaay.
Bolé ci politique be jaay agenda party wala jaayale party kon.
No, let me just clear.
Dafa jaayale NPP. Wow, okay. Clear.
NPP as political party. Our manifesto will be out. We are launching on 38th.
No, Lord Lerna. Lord Lerna.
Our manifesto will be out.
Yeah.
Whenever we
then the president is selling the party now to the Gambian people. Is that what you're trying to say?
Whenever we are going for any future meet the people's store, and now the president started quoting directly from our manifesto, party manifesto. You can use that as an allegation or as an evidence that the president is using his manifesto, his party manifesto, against the government programs.
In the contrast now, the president is selling the NPP to the Gambian people because it's a new party. Amulen nit.
Oh, that's what you said?
No. Wow.
What I am saying, the president is strictly selling his government agenda. Government development agendas to the Gambians.
La mo indiki joge na GDC. No. La mo indiki joge na GDC new NPP in a meet the people's meeting. GDC, UDP, why that?
You have clarity to that. Let me just clarify.
Yeah.
In any of the gatherings, there is no a gathering whereby they will say it's prohibited to discuss politics. Even at the funeral. Morally, it's wrong because it's not the right place when it comes to moral. But constitutionally, you are free. Section 25 gives you that you can associate anywhere in this country. Much more president is seated, You from APRC, or you from UDP, or you from GDC, saying at your own personal accord, I, Esa Damfa, shifted my allegiance from UDP because I have seen unprecedented development taking place in this country. No, what is wrong with that? Is it defy the oath constitutionally? Then it's a matter of perception in this aspect. You will perceive it wrong, I will perceive it right. What will be our judge will be the constitution of the country of the Republic of the Gambia. And he never said anything about that. So now, Lumadan Faral do all the time is opposition see opponent line. Swing opponent line, swing wujal line. Any avenue this day is a selling point for the president. They will try to block it. And that's their right. Because they don't want they book a follow. They book a follow. Swing you say P is an avenue program the mom, then I in the support. Okay. Then I go ngani.
Okay, that's
fine. Is their right.
Okay.
Why that doesn't make it right?
All right, that's fine.
That doesn't make it right.
Na ñëwaat ci yow ñaawru dégg nga argument bu mu indi nee na president is a chief politician te tamit ndaje bu mu def whether the people store wala whatever constitution bi xañut ko tamit mu rax ci politique lan nga mën a tontu ci loolu
maa ngi tontu Esa.
Waaw
maa ngi tontu I think Barrow people following him they are not aware of things that I say. Fii benn opposition party moo am ñetti opposition party GDC APRC ak NPP. They are the opposition. You know, all the time they say this thing, I think they are not even aware of what they're saying or is ignorance of what they say. NPP is not part of the coalition. They are not a political party registered under the coalition government. They are the only opposition that is new to this country. Every time they are saying these things, I laugh. They don't even know. They are contradicting themselves. Barrow is not there because of NPP. Barrow is there because political parties and one independent came together and selected him as a flag bearer and he is elected president.
So NPP
is an opposition party, my friend. They are not part of the political parties that ushered in Barrow. Is his party in the making? He can say that, but he is not the party ruling. They are not the ruling party. Let Esa understand that, and he cannot support that anywhere. He has no legal background, he has no ethical background or no moral background to defend what I am saying here. So let him dispute that.
Is it wrong?
Barrow is president of the coalition. Is he NPP? I'm asking him. Is Barrow now NPP president?
Okay, Esa?
Is he NPP? No, I'm just asking. Answer me yes or no. No. Me, I'm saying, is Barrow NPP president?
Clear for one, then you continue.
Wow.
Yes or no?
I would like to answer. You know, during my speech here, I make it explicitly clear that Barrow is not selling NPP manifesto. You are the one who was saying that Barrow is seeking support for NPP. I said Barrow was not talking, he's not selling NPP's manifesto, which is not even yet out. He was saying selling his government's agenda.
But I'm saying, we are not saying about Barrow selling his agenda.
That one is clear.
Yeah, but he's
saying that UDP is part of the members of the coalition. Even at IEC, we are a signatory to the party. You cannot call us opposition.
Let me answer that one.
NPP is the
Let me answer that one.
Let him answer that.
Let me answer that. Answer that out of coalition. UDP are out.
Who? You took us out?
No. They take themselves out.
My friend.
You know our last meeting. He is the one who is not aware.
My friend.
I am a member of coalition.
My friend.
He was APRC then.
My friend.
That's why he don't understand.
Even I'm CRC.
No.
That doesn't matter.
He was APRC then.
Yes.
I am part and parcel of coalition. I am the media care person at best cost.
Can you give me a document that says UDP is not part of that coalition?
I'm just coming.
No, wait.
UDP.
I asked. I've not even finished.
Let me come.
I've given him
point of observation. Let me clarify this person. Where UDP was out. They make themselves out.
They are out.
And they even from the door. They make it known to everybody that they are out.
How?
Okay. When we have
Can you provide me a document?
Let him explain and then
he can explain.
He asked me to explain.
Yes, explain that.
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
You have been talking here before I come.
No.
I've been attentively standing here waiting for you.
No, wait. When you start delivering, I am the guy. I used to be thankful to me, one.
Yeah. He is definitely. Just allow him.
You should be thankful to me.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Because I was deliberately, I gave you an opportunity.
No, we just want him to clarify and we move on.
To observe.
Yeah. Please do that. Time is not on our side.
Carry on. Observe.
All right.
Yeah.
Observe.
You know, we had our meeting at Karaba, our second meeting, to review coalition agenda, coalition MOU. You know what had happened? We have a backlash after the aftermath of the election. We could not review and sign the document, which says 3 years, 5 years. Now the coalition stakeholders came together again at Kairaba to review. Okay? During the process, they said UDP reps there.
Just quickly.
They said
time.
this and this and this and this what we want. The majority of the coalition partners say, no, we do this and this and this and this. So end of the day, majority carries the day. UDP say they are out.
From that moment?
They are out. Okay. From that moment, they were out.
Nah, Amadou.
They said they are out. They even supported this 3 years job now.
Amadou.
They are the one who have passed and passed along the 3 years job. They supported Hussein who make a press conference saying, I am the one who said 5 years. Now I am. It was not my. It was my candidate position, but it was not my party's position. My party position now is 3 years, and they endorsed 3 years, and they even back 3 years Jordan movement. You can just address that because now
that's a big allegation. That's a big allegation.
They are like that. I can defend myself.
No, you can't.
Let me come.
No, that's serious.
They are this last Congress. The executive members of the 3 years Jordan are part of UDP executive members. Haji Swale.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
was there.
No, wait.
He was there.
Wait, I will tell you something.
Thank you very much.
Karim Ture is part of them.
Thank you.
Wait, I will come.
Yeah.
Here,
finally.
Me, I have a civic right to join any pressure group in this country, regardless of party affiliation. That group is a civic group. It's not a political party.
Okay.
Kitim Jaju was an executive member of API. Why
but first, do you agree UDP is out of the coalition? Because we are not talking about
I think I told you here. It's either they don't know what they say or they deliberately.
Is that the case or not?
It's not the case. Why?
Despite all that he explained.
This document, wait, they are talking about the MOU. That is between the parties about the time frame of the duration of how Barrow should, how many years Barrow should sign. That is what was not signed. But initially, before Barrow was elected, there was a document that was signed to present Barrow as a coalition candidate. Is UDP not part of that? Or when was that rescinded? Okay. It has never been rescinded. That's fine. Now, this other document that was saying, it was the way they should operate, the modus operandi. That was
the problem.
It was not even signed.
Okay, that's
it was a verbal thing. Everybody got angry. You say what you say, and it's not binding. Tell ESA that it's not binding anywhere. You know what is binding? The document that is at the IEC, and UDP is a principal signatory to that pact.
Okay.
And NPP is not part of that pact. So when they say opposition, let them say they MPP, they are the opposition.
Fine.
They are not part of the coalition.
Thank you. We need
so that's why if Barrow uses
now.
NPP, our platform to promote MPP,
thank you.
He is not doing what is just.
Okay.
He is doing what is just illegal.
On the tour, just finally, because I will just finish with you now. ci tour bi pour ñëw ci fay because time jeex na tak dañu war a dem ci TRC bi gis nañ UDP of course they are not attending the president meetings. He have raised as a concern maybe ne waroon na because they are the host ci DC yëpp député ñëw bi mayor bi ñëw na ñëwaatut overall meeting bi naka gisee
Amadou what you said here is very right. I agree. If somebody comes to your gathering, he needs to be acknowledged, especially a mayor of the biggest municipality in the country.
Yeah, but the mayor also said despite what he should come.
The mayor, if he comes, he came first. I said the president even didn't greet him. He didn't even acknowledge his presence in the last one. I was there. You can bring his archive. He didn't say, Mayor Bensouda, I'm greeting
so
you.
Overall, the tour
is all. And when we sit in a platform, you talk UDP, that was not the essence of the tour. And we are UDP.
Yeah, but GDC
Let me tell you something.
And other political
Let them not engage. Let the presidency not stoop too low to engage in politics of defamation, politics of allegations. As a president, you cannot insinuate that there is something happening in my country.
But would you agree agree also it was never wrong for people to leave political parties to join the NPP during that
me, that is not what they say. They say. All the people, even they present, sometimes they say they came from UDP. Those people who are from APRC. We have never been part of UDP. And secondly, that is not even a point that
but UDP also would say people from APRC join us while APRC say they are not there from them.
Let me advise the activists and the government to stop using children in their political gatherings.
That's another concern.
The child protection agents, the child protection whatever is here in this country. Look at the nature of their meetings. Even the t-shirts, I've seen it out.
All right, thank you.
You give it to minors. And secondly, I'm not done.
No, you have to be done.
Let the president be so responsible and stop people close to his circle and in his inner circle using political platform telling foreigners to come and register in this country. That will not happen in this country, and if it happens, he is brewing something that will bring in tension in this country. Because I had it. It's not hearsay. In Salem.
From who?
Nyanija. From one guy who is in their media team. I forget something, Jan. His surname is Jan.
Okay.
You put your there cafe. He say Senegal Oriental. You know they say. Nyulen fi ngenjel katay ngel ko Adam Barrow.
Thank you.
That one we will not accept.
Okay.
We will not participate in Guinea's election. We didn't participate in Senegal's election. We didn't participate in Guinea-Bissau's election.
Thank you.
No foreigner will be allowed to participate in our election.
Thank you, Nyawo.
Anything you come across there, you are the one looking for trouble.
Okay, thank you.
I can attest to that.
Finally, Toby entirety naka nga ko gisee just conclusion and tamit mu ngi wax ne NPP wala president bi de ngalim wax calling foreigners to come and participate in our election. That's dangerous and serious.
That's unfound allegation.
Can you? No. Africa. You have an archive. If somebody said Esa is a grown-up man, I don't want to tell people what they are saying is not true. But that one is not true. We have an archive here. Play it.
Yeah, but
play it.
Allow him to.
No, play it.
We got to go then because I cannot be.
Africa, you have an archive, please. Let's send this record.
Allow him to respond, please.
Yeah,
okay.
Play the record.
To debate with Nyao.
You know why?
Play the record.
Yeah.
You know, we are also here for audience.
Play the record.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, we'll.
He said he's part of, and he's not saying here for the purpose of here. He said for the purpose of the
record, please.
Just
so the government will be their own judge.
Yeah.
I also have my right for clarity.
Yeah, just please.
He's
under 1 minute, please do that.
He's referring to Pajang.
Yeah.
Okay? And what he is saying is very clear. Pajang says, like, for example, when you marry to Senegal, Gambia, if the time comes, you can come back to Gambia and register.
That's not what he said.
You can do.
No, that is not what he said.
That is there.
Yeah.
You married, you doing business in Senegal. If the time comes, like any other country, even not in Senegal alone.
Just to say, he's not saying foreigners to foreigners. That's what he's saying?
No. He's not saying
play
that.
The archive.
Gambians staying outside.
Play the video.
Gambians living outside.
We got to go.
Gambians living outside. That's what he's referring to. Okay. Either by marriage or by business or by studies.
Play the video.
And now let me come.
You'll know who is saying.
Let me come. He could not even verify the position of
finally now. I know we'll talk about that.
Who is not having position? Let me tell him.
He's not having position.
A party.
He's not having position. He's giving a platform to speak in the front of the president.
Let me tell you one thing. The party who is very intolerant, who is always agitating for unconstitutionality. Champions of that is UDP. Deputy party leader Agiyam Seka should stand everywhere.
No,
say,
I'm not asking that. No.
The deputy party leader.
I'm not asking that.
In contravention of government's law.
No, I'm saying
it's in contravention of the government's law.
Was it a successful president?
It's very successful too. But I'm just putting it to him to understand his party is the champion of the
You are all angry. You are failures.
No.
You are all angry.
That's their problem. They are temperamental.
We
are
very happy.
Thank you very much.
You didn't ask him the
yeah, we have to end it there. I have to thank them very much. You have to understand sometimes this is how it goes. Thank you very much. Nyawo will come of UDP and Esa for NPP. We'll take a short break and then newspaper headlines will follow next.
They are angry. The president is angry.
All right. Thank you very much and welcome back. Straight to Mr. Mendy. Just the headlines quickly. And what do you have for us? How many papers and what are they saying?
Thank you very much, Amadou. I believe you had a very, very heated debate with your guest today. On today's press review, we have Standard newspaper, and which is civil society demand meeting with IEC over postponement of voter registration.
Okay.
And still on the front page, Barrow reveals he advised IEC against election delay. IEC explains reasons for voter registration delay. yesterday, SISDG was there at the TRRC giving his testimony, and that's on the front page 2 of the Standard newspaper. And still on the front page of the Standard newspaper. This seems to be something that is repeating itself in the Gambia. Just a few days ago, we had a prisoner who escaped from Mile 2. But now, here we see 17 prisoners escape from Joshua prison. Again.
Wow.
And just to set the record straight, that prisoner who escaped from Mile 2 was later apprehended in Senegal by the Interpol. And there are mechanisms to be put in place for him to be repatriated to the Gambia. New COVID-19 rules for travelers from UK and other countries. Islamic Council announced its Congress at last.
Finally.
The long-awaited Congress
has been slated for finally now.
Okay, tay liñ cey gëna waxtané xamna waxtu may ñu ko moy fukk ak juroom ñaari nit ñu rëcc ci kasso bi fofu ca Joshua li nak duggulet ci biir Gambia ndax mu ngi melni bi moy ñaareelu yoon ci digënté gu gàtt rek ñu ngi gis né président si dinañ di rëcc ci li di kasso gi ndax kenn rëccoon na fofu ca kasso Mile 2 bi waye tek nañ ko loxo ci jamono ji waye fukk ak juroom ñaar ñoo rëccee ca New Joshua te ba fuñ tollu ni xamaguñ fuñ nekk.
doy na waar ñu continuer
continuer ci COVID-19 bi nag li ñoo wax mooy coow li demoon na ba nit ñi yaakaar ne COVID-19 riir na wala jeex na waaye mu ngi mel ni second wave bi mu ngi dugg si Africa moo ci West Africa
te dafay mel ni moo ëppa
doole li nga xam ne moo amoon ndax fii ci biir réew mi ñu ngi wane tam ne daal am na yenn ci réew yi nga xam ne ñi fay jógee di ñëw ci biir réew mi foog ñu gestuwaat seen biir bu ñëwee fii ñu defal leen ay test seet ndax am nañ COVID bi wala amuñ ko pour gën a aar askan gi loolu it lu mat a bàyyi xel la te it ñu ngi séentu sax ne amaana ndax lockdown du amaat ci biir réew mi tam.
waaw Sénégal daal ñoom door nañ seen bos démb Dakar ak Thiès moom. state emergency dugaat na ci dëkk boobu ndi COVID-19 ñal na ñaan rek moytu te jàpp ne COVID moom fii te loolu. mooy li am ñu wéy ak lan.
ñu wéyati ak beneen ci newspaper yi tey ndax bëgg nañ ci li nga xam ne mooy li gën a fës ci ëttu yëglekaay bi di Point newspaper. di wane daal ne ci Point newspaper tam ci seen front page bi am na li nga xam ne fësal nañ ko ci lu jëm ci xew-xew yi ci biir réew mi fii rawatina PIU officer bi nga xam ne ab moto moo daal di dama tànkam bi te moto boobu sénégalais moto la. te loolu li ko waral nag mooy ci checkpoint la bañoon na taxaw gannaaw ba nga xam ne PIU baan fa taxawoon di ko ne pour mu taxaw te lii tam mu ngi mel ni du lu bees ci biir réew mi ndax ci ay fan ci ginnaaw rek ci convoy président bi tam déggoon nañ fi ne am na moto bu nogoon benn police officer IEC blames voter registration postponement on GPPA gars yi commencé nañ di tamante dëmm nag ndax coow bu baree rek ku nekk bëgg a cee simeeku jox ko sa morom IEC joxoon na GPPA
day mel ni mbor bu daanu rek
waaw foog mu am li moo layee rek so loolu tam ñu seet fu moo mujjee tam ci mbir mi PDP lii lu dëggu la wala lu dëgguwut la li ci kanam raw li bët ndax kenn ci doomu réew yi Gambia yi ñu gën ko ràññee ci wàllu comédie muy Kitab moom moo fas yéene jóg tam pour dugg ci langue politique bi wane tam ne daal soxla na réew mi te itam waree fak yelleefam la mooy raytam la it pour laajte ko bu demee ba yaakaar ne war naa mun a yor réew mi loolu it mu doon xibaar bi nga xam ne lu jara gestu la pour ñu seet ko parce que li tax mooy buñ fàtte ne moom ci boppam comédien la mun na koo def ci ay wax yu caaxaan yi nii wala day foo wala déet waaye itam mën na doon lu dëggu ci moom itam li ci kanam rawul
comme noo ko waxee rek li ci kanam moom rawul ay gët incha allah su ko defee dina leer
waaw dinañ dem ci beneen newspaper parce que gis naa foofu lañ ko ndar keppale parce que waxtu bi moo ñu ko mayut kii mu ne tinted glasses mooy police Piero mooy borom oto yi de tint seen weer yi oto yi
li nga xamante ne daal boo xool doo gis ku nekk ci biir
caay gi ak njublaan yu bari nag ñu ngi leen koo tuumal nag te ñoom fi mu toll nii lu li mu wane mooy balaa ngaa mën a def loolu foog nga am kayit buy joxe ndigal ne jox nañ la doole jooju pour nga def ko kayit yooyu nag at bu ne da nga ko renew ci atum ren ji nag waaw pour ñu yeesalaat ko atum ren ji nag door nañ waaw pour ñu war koo renew lii tam beneen coow la lu lëmbee réew mi fi mu nekk nii mooy ci wàllu njënd ak njaayum kër gis nañ ci social media bi coow lu bari li ci nekk Gam Housing CEO bi am na ñu bari ñu koy attaque ne mu ngi luubal ay koppari nit ñi la muy wax ne mu ngi am ay laan am so on yëpp dara nekkul ci dëgg gis nañ loolu yëpp ci social media bi ndax itam loolu it doon na lu bees ci biir réew mi am
waaye moom dafa mel dafa tontu
waaw moom mu ngi cee indi ay leeral nag waaye comme ni nga ko waxee rek waxtu moo ñu ci mayut waaye du ñàkk ci yeneen xibaar dinañ ko toppa bi indi li nga xam ne moo ci gën a leer Amadou waxtoo ñu xooj naa fii laa yem ak mbokk yi ñu jox leen dig daje ci beneen jamono ci seen Good Morning Africa
waaw rendez-vous bi suba lay doon ñu gërëmaat ko sant ko bu baax moom Abdoulaye Mendy ci taxawaay bi amati na solo naka noonu ñu gërëmaat leen yéen tamit ci safo bi ak kóolute bi ci ànd bi ngeen di ànd ak Africa TV saa su ne suñ jotaay surtout bu waxtu bi jotee si suba si ñu gunge leen ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci suba si suñuy xibaar waaye tamit dalal ay gan ñu waxtaane li nga xamante ne mooy xew-xew ci biir réew lépp rek mooy fexe ñëpp xam doxalin bi ak tamit naka la ñoo taxaw ba yóbbu suñu réew mi ci kanam ndax ñëpp loolu lañ bëgg su ko defee suba ñu joxaat leen rendez-vous mu nekk final edition ci week bi ñu tëj week bi incha allah ci la am solo jërë ngeen jëfati ci gunge bi ak ci ànd bi ngeen di ànd ak ñun saa su ne. Well viewers, that's all we have for you today for the Thursday's edition of the Good Morning Africa right here on Africa TV. Until we meet again tomorrow, the week's final edition, stick around. TRRC proceedings up next on this very same frequency. But for now though, we wish you a very pleasant day and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.